Claudia, thank you so much for joining me. It's so great to have you here. You're in Amsterdam, aren't you?
A little bit below Amsterdam. I'm in the Netherlands, about half an hour from Amsterdam.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah,
I
I'm near
love
the sea.
Zoom. I love how Zoom just connects us globally. Like it's such a great
Yes,
platform.
it doesn't matter where you live anymore.
No, it
We just have to
really,
juggle the time zones a bit.
yes, yes, exactly. And that takes a
That's
little bit of
all.
getting your head around.
Yes.
Um,
Thank God for converters online.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So we were just starting to talk about passion, and I was just saying that the reason I needed to talk to you was because I heard you speaking about 2 weeks ago, and I got tears in my eyes because the passion was just radiating from you. And then that's one of my goals in life as well, is to get people living a more passionate life, connected to who they really are. And I just saw that like just coming from you, and I just loved it so much. So
Thank
would
you.
you mind sharing like a bit of your story or what you're doing, how you got introduced to Creatrix and why?
And why? The why is a big one because
Yes.
I'm a psychologist from origin. I studied communications and psychology, and I used psychology in companies for a long time to sell, because you can use psychology extremely well to sell products, because you know exactly where the pain points are from people and why will they buy. So I was in the advertising and the jewelry branch for a long time. And then I got sick, and like a lot of people who really, really get sick, that changes your life, that changes your perspective. And then I decided to go to the softer side of psychology to help people. And already, I was starting that already within the company I was working, because I was coaching a lot of my colleagues and the advertising departments and the sales departments. And actually, I just learned them to connect with other people, because you don't need that much. You don't need much to really get engaged with somebody else. You just need to be interested
Hmm.
and connect by listening to
Mm.
somebody and their story. And so I did that for a long time. And then I went into the whole psychology thing and worked like a psychologist for a few years. And I got so frustrated. Because I could see I can help anybody discover a pattern. But anybody can do that just by listening to people. And then I would give them tools, but it was up to the client to use it or not. And 90% of the time, they were not, because for some reason it was easier just to hang on to the patterns. And change is really hard work if you approach it from that angle. So they would try and they fail and gave up and things like that. And then I discovered, well, as a psychologist, I talk to people, I get them to acknowledge what their problems are. And when it comes to emotions, we name them, and then we just sort of give it a place. And that means we will throw it into a drawer internally,
Hmm.
close the drawer, and stay away from it, because we know what's inside.
Hmm.
And men can do that.
Mm.
And that's what I saw with my male clients. Okay, this is the thing that's bothering me. Put it away. Okay. And men can open every drawer around that closed one. They can open it and leave that one alone. But
Right.
women cannot.
And can they
We
still
can,
thrive? Can they still thrive in that, men? Leaving that
yes,
alone? Wow.
yes, yes.
Wow.
Until it becomes like a big trauma, or they're really stressed out. And but it takes a long time for
Mm.
men to get stressed out so much that those drawers will open up.
Right.
Because what's different between men and women is that women connect an emotion to everything all day long. Everything. We don't even realize we do that. It just happens. In a split second, we already did it. For men, that works totally different. So they got emotions for sure. They're not robots.
Yeah.
But they experience them differently. They don't make it from their own. We make it from us. If somebody says something nasty to us, we will change it into I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And men will, if a man says to another man, I don't like you very much, he says, oh, same to you. You want a beer?
Yeah.
And they have a beer because he will think, hey, mate, that's your problem.
Yeah.
But women will make it, why don't you like me? I'm a very likable person. And they will do anything to get them to like them anyway, or they will go, we become Jekyll and Hyde, really. So, or we will try everything to make them like us anyway, or we go like, you don't like me, I don't like you. Bye.
So true.
And that's the difference between men and women with emotions. And I can elaborate about this all day long because that's my passion, right? But the emotion thing was what frustrated me the most in my work as a psychologist, because I saw that men can do that and women can't. They just can't, because if there's something else going on in our life, we're sick, we're stressed, someone we love is in trouble, we don't like the work, we have so much to do. All these things will make those drawers open. But what we put in those drawers is just as big as the time we put it in. And it gets harder and harder to put it back into the drawer. And that's what I was experiencing in my work. So from that angle, and I already was always interested in the difference between male and females. And I know in this time, it's not very popular. I don't know how it's in Australia, but in the Netherlands, we're all about equality and everybody gets to be who you are. And I support that for sure. But it's like male and female, we don't talk about that anymore. We're humans. I get really confused when I need to go to the bathroom.
The same's happening here, Claudia. The
I
same's
go like,
happening.
where do I go?
Yeah.
Please give me the inflat toilet. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
confusing, right? So
Yeah,
it's not very
absolutely.
popular here.
Yeah.
I get a lot of comments from people because I talk about the difference between male and females and male and female brains. Yeah, that's not really popular at the moment, but still we experience that in daily life, that there are differences. So when
Yes.
I was studying psychology, I soon discovered, I think it was in the first year even, when we did this oversight of all the methods there are in psychology, and we had to write them down and who invented them and things like that. And when I was finished, I looked at this paper, and it was a huge paper. And I looked at it and I said to my professor, okay, you need to explain something to me. And he goes like, oh, there you have Claudia again with all her questions.
Thank goodness for you.
Why are there only men on this paper? Where are the women? Because most modalities we know were made by men and therefore are designed for a male process. Now, guess what's the difference between male and female most? Emotions.
Yes.
Emotions, the way we experience them, the way we, how do you say in English? We work through emotions. Everything connected to emotions is different.
Yeah.
So that was lacking in those modalities a lot. So when I got frustrated with those emotion parts in my work, and I thought, I can't help, especially the women in the way I want to, because I know they will leave my office and they will get by for about 6 months and they will come back. And they would tell me, there it is again, same problem. I just don't feel good enough. or I'm so insecure. I'm whatever, all those things, they would come back. Then I discovered EMDR. I thought, oh, well, that's the thing.
Okay. And what is that?
EMDR? You don't know the EMDR thing? You can use lights or your fingers. It's a method to solve trauma. And it works really, really good when you had a very bad experience, like a car accident, and you will do it immediately after, as soon as you can. You do a session like that. You can disconnect the emotions and convictions around that event.
Wow.
But then we thought, as psychologists, well, you can do that with problems way, way back also. And we would apply it to childhood traumas or things that happened like 10 years ago, things like that. For me, I discovered it don't work with women. Not good enough. And of course, I have colleagues who will say differently, but my experience was, yes, they were happy, they were relieved, they were, oh, yes, it's awesome. And they would come back.
Wow.
6 months, a year later, they would come back. Because when you do this, when you apply EMDR, you will put the person back into the memory, back into the thing that happens. Now, we as transformologists know that when you do that, you will plant a seed again. We will connect again an emotion. To solve emotions, we will bring those women back into the emotion. So that didn't work. So then I thought, okay, there must be something. I know there must be something else, because I experienced that I could work through emotions easily, let them go, and they'll be gone forever. But that doesn't mean you know how to teach other people how to do that. Because if they would ask me, how do you do that? I have no idea. Why would you hold on to them?
Yes.
So I couldn't explain it. But because I knew, I felt that, and I didn't have as much problems as my girlfriends or colleagues or whatever, I thought there must be something else. And of course, I did have some things. I'm not Wonder Woman, but not that extreme as some of the women I knew. So I went searching. I went searching, and it took me about 3 years. And then I came upon this lady in Australia. And I thought, I don't know what she's talking about, but it sure sounds good. So I just wrote an email to the Institute of Women International, as it was named at the time. Hi, I'm Claudia from the Netherlands. I just discovered your website and I'm really, really interested. Can I book a call with you? And that's how I got introduced to Creatrix.
Brilliant. So
I knew the second I was talking to Mes, I knew this is it. This is the missing part. Even though I cannot understand totally what you're talking about, I know in my gut, this is it. This is the missing piece I was looking for. So I decided to go to Australia to follow the training, which isn't really easy because I'm in a wheelchair. So there was a bit of an issue to get there and to get organized. And luckily for me, when we were in the process of arranging those things, Mes phoned me on Skype and said, don't bother, don't book a ticket. I'm coming to the Netherlands.
Woohoo!
So she came to the Netherlands and I was lucky to get trained by Mes personally.
Oh, how brilliant is that?
So maybe a bit of my passion, but I think the passion I have, you can see in Brie, you can see in Helen.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think if you're really, really into this transformology thing, if you really feel in your heart, in your gut that this is it, and you're born to help other women with it, that's all you need. But you need to nurture that spark.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You need to nurture that spark. And the way I nurture it is by helping as many women as I can, because each time I use the program on a woman and I see her coming in crying and leaving smiling, and
Yeah.
even if after 6 years, if I phone up one of my old clients and I ask her, how are you doing? Yeah, great. And we get talking about the issues why she came to me.
Yeah.
They're gone. They're still gone. This is the first, really the first modality I can honestly say to my clients, it will last. Don't be afraid. Gone is gone.
Wow. And with the extensive training that you've done as well, like that is saying something for you to be able to say that to women out there.
Yes. And this is so much easier than all the things I did before.
Yes.
Because as psychologists, you either or you work very hard, you're the one who's working, and your client's going like, okay, tell me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you don't work hard, and then the client either needs to work hard, or you both sit like this.
Mm.
But the results aren't that good.
Yeah.
And nowadays I can say I get 100% results every time.
How many people out there are operating with that kind of integrity?
I think we know a few.
Yes,
Our
absolutely. We
listeners.
do. Yes, absolutely. We do. We do.
Yes,
We're
yeah.
surrounded by it, which is
Yes.
beautiful. That was actually one of the reasons why I also was drawn towards transformology and this process, because when I heard that it's a money back guarantee, I was just like, what? We don't live in that kind of world. Like, what other courses do we do that if we don't get the results from the courses and take the actions to get the results, are going to offer this? Like, so I just loved that about this, the transformology, and we have 100% results 100% of the time. And if we don't feel like we can do that for you, then we're not taking you on as a client because you're not ready for it.
Yes, exactly. And then I will explain to the lady why and what she
Yes.
can do to get there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
leave them hanging on like, no,
Yes.
you cannot do this. No, because you feel for her, right?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
you need to understand that those women who come to us are really vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you reject them in the wrong way, it
Yeah.
will add to their problems.
Yes. Yes.
So you need to be aware of that. And just
Yes.
be gentle.
Yes.
Because if
Absolutely.
they understand why,
Yeah.
if they want this program, they will do their very best
Mm-hmm.
to get there.
Mm-hmm. And just because it's a no for now doesn't mean it's a no forever either.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I always tell them.
Yes.
And some
Yeah.
women just aren't ready, right? Because I could have a conversation with a woman and explain the whole thing, how I work, what I will require from her, and she would go, oh no.
Mm.
And then she will come back 5 years later.
Yes.
Because you will keep on their mind.
Mm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
will try other things, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
My door is always open.
Yeah.
You just
That's
have to reach out.
yes,
And if you
definitely.
can make them feel like that when they walk out the door, it's okay. You can say either yes or no, but 100% yes or no. No gray areas.
Mm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
accept that. You have to choose for yourself. It's either yes or no. And both is
Yes.
fine.
And both have power, are very powerful. So, so powerful, whichever way.
Yes, and you just, I think part of being a transformologist is understanding women, loving women, and be very, very clear. Just be upfront about everything. Don't leave them hanging.
Yes.
This is what it is. This is what you
Yes.
can get. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. It's a lot of work, maybe. Like, what do you want? It's all about her.
And
When I
it
work
may,
with clients.
yeah, and it may be a lot of work, but I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like this was a lot of work compared to all of the stuff that I've been carrying for these 44 years that hasn't been serving me now. That was hard work.
Yes.
That
Yes.
was heavy. That was, yeah, I mean, I got quite sick last year myself. My face flared up, like I could hardly see out of my eyes. I had big scabs. So that for me was the navigation system of like, hey, you need to face you now.
Yes.
Which was, phenomenal that it happened on my face, because had it happened anywhere else on my body, then I could have still just ignored it. But because it was
Yes.
on my face, I had no choice. And then Creatrix come into my life, and my things have just changed so quickly for me since I've gone through the
Yes.
process. Sometimes I just go, wow, what's happened here? And why haven't I been living like this forever?
Because we didn't know, right?
No, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now
Well,
sorry, you go.
our own experiences are so vital to share,
Yes.
to give other women the confirmation and the trust they need that this modality really does work. That's why I am so grateful to all my clients who agree to publish their video
Yes.
testimonials on my website. They're on the internet.
Yes.
I salute those women. They're very brave.
Oh, so courageous. And I think that's how we start. That's how we start the momentum of more women seeing what women are breaking through here. And
Yes.
and that is how we get more to jump on board and go, yes, I need this too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually say to my clients, because when they're just finishing their program, they're just in this creative bubble, right?
Yes.
We experience it as well. And
Yes.
then they're so enthusiastic and they're so passionate that they will blow their friends away and they will scare them off. So I always say, invite them. Just
Yes.
invite them. Just give them a flyer or give them a website or something like that. But don't go into telling all about your experience and your story, because you will overwhelm them and you will scare them off.
Yes. Yes. And it's kind of like a new you. There's the
Yes.
passion
And
and the
then,
inspiration.
yes, and I say, but everybody around you will notice the difference. So they
Yeah.
will come to you and ask, what happened to you? What did you do? Something different about you.
Yes.
Let them come to you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because they will eventually, when they see the new
Yes.
you, and you just
Yes.
keep stepping forward. Yeah, it's like, hold on a second. This has been going on for too long now.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And I know women who follow me on social media for years before they have enough courage to call me. And they will look at you and they will follow you, and they may not even like one of your posts, but they will read them.
Yes. There was something you said on the call the other night. What did you say? It's not work, it's a way of living, and connecting with your passion to set 1,000 hearts free is your fuel. Can you just
Yes.
talk about that a little bit? Because that for me was the bit when you started talking about that, that was when I started getting teary, and I was like, because you were just so connected to your passion. And I mean, you also talked about your illness and that you're sick for like a week out of a month. And then
Yes.
you spoke about all these hearts that you were setting free, even through your own challenges. And I was just like, oh, this lady is amazing. And I get goosebumps even talking, like saying that out loud, because of what I got from you speaking about that. So I want other people to hear that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I mean by it's not work, it's a way of living. it doesn't feel like work. When I'm with my clients, and of course I can, when my alarm clock goes off in the morning, I will sometimes go like, oh, not yet. But then I just pick up my phone because that's my alarm, right? And then I look in my calendar and go like, oh, I'm going to see her today. Oh, and then I'm up.
Beautiful.
Because I only work with terrific clients because of the process of how to shift clients. And you will only end up with clients you will want to work with.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't feel like work. So I can be on a terrace with my husband and just we'll have a coffee somewhere, and my phone beeps and I'm gonna have a look. Okay, yeah, okay. And it's one of my clients. I said, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, but I just need to call this lady, okay? And then I will roll away in my wheelchair, of course. I will roll away and I will phone her, and I come back and my husband just orders another coffee and goes like, okay, I know her. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't feel work. That's what I mean by it's a way of living. Plus, as a transformologist, we all have the opportunity to ask one of our sisters to help us when we experience something in our life that doesn't work for us, or we get stuck in emotions. We just go to each other. So you keep yourself cleaned out. And that's also part of it's a way of living.
Yeah.
You just don't need to hang on to things anymore. You let them go very easily.
Yeah. And why wouldn't we?
To.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And you need to, because you need to be cleaned out to be a good transformologist.
Yeah.
You cannot risk that something you are experience, you will let interfere with helping your clients. You need to solve those things immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we are so privileged to be able to have that with each other.
We are. And with plus the ongoing training.
Yes.
We get ongoing training.
Yes.
Which institute does that?
Oh, how
we
exciting.
Get so much training, and it's always developing, and it's always new and fresh, and we're always willing to help each other out. So that's also a part of a way of living.
Yes, absolutely.
Knowing that you're not alone, and that you can always ask for help or help somebody else. So when I'm sick, and I'm really, really sick for a week because of the chemo I get each month, what helps me through is I don't fight. I don't fight against being sick. I don't fight against having cancer. I know I have it, and whatever I think about it, it's already here, right? So it's no use fighting against it. All that fight in me, I will use to live as healthy as I can for as long as I can. And that's a way better way to use your energy. If you fight, that costs a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I just go with the flow, as they say. I just move with what is. And when I'm sick, I'm sick. I just lay in bed with the covers over my head, and I'm really sick. And when I got starting better, I just know that, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I need a day or 2, 3, and then I can work again. And that will fuel me up, because I know by helping these women, I get something in return. It feeds my passion, and it fills me with gratitude and overwhelming gratitude towards these women who trust me enough to let me help them. And that's why I like to post every day on social media as well. I love that. I love social media. Some people think I'm crazy, but I love it. And I just like to connect with people, and social media is such an easy way to connect.
Yes. Yes.
And I
And
share everything. I share the days I'm sick as well. It's not all pretty and everything is going on roses and everything is great. No, because my life isn't great all the time. Most of the time, yes. Not all of the time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with sharing that and showing that you're ill or you're bummed out or you're whatever. We're just like any other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that I think that's why they like me, because I won't just pretend that everything is all right.
Yes, which is very easy to do on social media now, isn't it? And how many, you see a lot of profiles out there where it's just all shiny all the time, rainbows, unicorns, sun's always
But what
shining.
do? We stop following them.
Yeah, yep.
Because somewhere deep down you go like, can't be real.
Yeah. Yes.
At least I stop following them. I don't like this.
Yes.
I like real people.
You
don't have to tell all your shit, of course.
Yeah.
That's not necessary. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
But you can let other people know that, yeah, we struggle with things too, and we have the perfect solution for you.
Yes.
And show them how you apply it to your life.
Yeah.
To encourage them to do the same.
And how exciting are these new 3 programs that we're going to have? Oh, some self-esteem, emotional regulation, and stress. Seriously, ladies.
I wasn't at the conference, so I don't know really that much about it yet.
Oh,
I have to wait.
Phenomenal, Claudia. Seriously. Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. How many women did you actually help last year while you're sick, might I add?
While I was sick, 38.
That's amazing.
The year before, 41.
Yeah. And and you take a week out of every month and you still find the capacity to fuel your passion and your dream.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I just love
And even
hearing that.
if I'm tired or not feeling that well, as soon as I get into a conversation with my clients, that's gone.
Yeah.
Because then it's all about her.
Yes, the focus is off you.
And it helps me as well. Because it's really nice if you don't feel that well, that you can concentrate on somebody else.
Yeah, they say that
as well.
Yes. They say that
from my own.
Yeah, and they say that with depression too, don't they? If you're depressed, just go and help somebody.
Yes, it's good advice, except when you're deeply depressed, you're not able to.
Yes, yes.
So if you say that to somebody who's severe depressed, they will take it like, oh, I can't even do that. So you see, I'm worthless.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good way to help people when you're depressed, but then you need to have a certain level.
Yes. Yeah. It's more than
But we know because we offer our help whenever we want to or whenever we can. We don't even think about it, and we're surprised if people say no, thank you. We go like, what?
Yes.
But I want to help you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of us, right?
Yeah. And I need to want the help. You can't help me if I don't want.
Oh yeah, that's just something that's always coming into these programs with our clients.
Yeah.
One of the first things I will ask them, are you a helping person? Yes, I am. How many times do you ask for help? Never.
Yes.
They all suffer from that I need to do it myself complex.
Geez, that's
how I call it.
Yeah, seems to be prevalent in today's society, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like everyone trying to do life on their own.
Yeah.
We can't. Look at nature. Look at all the other species. They're not working on their own.
Exactly. And like Like nature is such a good metaphor to use to explain things, how life can be. Because if you look at plants or flowers, they're not going like, wait a minute, you bloom better than I do. Go away. Right?
Yes,
They don't do that.
yes.
I use nature a lot as examples to explain to my clients. You don't see plants and flowers do that. They
Yeah.
just, and if a plant goes like, wait a minute, I like it here, good soil, nice sun, great neighbors, I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna bloom and I'm gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. It will.
Yes.
Well, women go like, oh, maybe I can do that and I could be great at it, but no, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. No, because what will she think or he, or what will they expect from me? And they keep themselves small.
I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I don't
Exactly.
have
But
the
you don't see
skills
a
for that.
plant. A plant doesn't feel I'm not good enough.
No. No.
It just will take up the room it needs, right?
And that's what we're here to do, take up the room that we
Yes,
need.
exactly. And that's also a thing always say to my clients, I hear what you want. I hear you, but I will give you what you need. That's different.
Isn't
Most
it?
of the time, that's something different.
Yes. Yes, because we haven't even considered that a lot
No,
of the time.
because you can know what you want, but that might not be what you need to get what you want. That's why
Wow.
you need a transformologist. That's
Yes.
transformology at best. Seeing
Yeah.
what she needs instead of what she
Yes.
wants and
Yes.
giving her that.
And calling her out on that.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you can do that in a very, very gentle way, if need be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whew, wow, it's been so good talking
Oh.
to you. If you had like a couple of words to say to ladies out there that haven't done Creatrix and they're just hearing this for the first time, they're just starting to even hear the word getting thrown around, even transformology, what would you say to them?
Whatever you have going on in your life that you're not happy with, is that something you want to pass on to your children, or do you want to fix it for them?
Mm, mm,
Because you can accept a lot for yourself, but you would never wish it upon your children.
yeah. Thank you. I'm going to end on that because that gets them thinking.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you for inviting me, Shannon.
It's so lovely to connect with you.
I'm really curious.